This is another example of none of us is greater than all of us. Hats off again to A Call for an Uprising. If you haven't checked out his channel, he's got some excellent content that you should really take a look at. If you go over there, tell him High Impact Flicks or High Impact Vlog sent you. But I want you to watch this, and I want to build off of what he said in his video. I have some things to add to it that I think you'll find very, very interesting. Listen to this from NBC.
Tonight, America on track for its worst measles outbreak in 25 years. 90 more cases in just 1 week. Public health officials doing all they can to urge Americans to vaccinate their children, offering free clinics, declaring...
Before I move along, I want you to listen to this right here one more time.
America on track for its worst measles outbreak in...
Worst measles outbreak, and then they put this image in front of you. Now, if you go to Google and you type in doctor holding baby, you're going to get this particular stock image right here. It's the exact image that you see right here, minus the supposed measles. And I want you to look at the Photoshop job. See this little print right here? It almost looks like a chipmunk paw print. It's the exact same print. It's not only a Photoshop job, it's a horrible Photoshop job. I mean, what are the chances of this exact print being here and here and here and here and right here? It's the exact same print, but this is a dreamstime.com like stock photo that was also used by the Times of Israel for this article entitled "Toddler Dies of Measles in Jerusalem and First Such Incident in 15 Years." Now I'm going to continue on with this NBC news story. They say it's a news story, but check this out. Just watch really close what they do.
25 years, 90 more cases in just 1 week. Public health officials doing all they can to urge Americans to vaccinate their children.
Urge Americans to vaccinate. Public health officials. Okay, so this is official. Somebody with authority, somebody with medical knowledge is urging you to get vaccinated. So you've got the government who wants you vaccinated. You've got mainstream media who wants you vaccinated. You've got big pharma who wants you vaccinated. You've got medical professionals who want you and urge you to get vaccinated. Got to get vaccinated, guys.
Offering free clinics, declaring states of emergency.
This anti-vax movement has proven to be very dangerous.
Deputy Mayor for Health and Human Services.
Officials are fighting the persistent but widely debunked myths
Officials are fighting these widely debunked myths
circulating on social media, falsely linking vaccines to everything from seizures to autism.
They have the gall to say falsely after they just used this iStock image where they put a bunch of Photoshop measles all over this baby who supposedly, according to the Times of Israel, died.
Not far from the epicenter of the nation's largest outbreak in the New York region, nurse Melody Butler is trying to convince anxious parents.
I know how susceptible people can be. Hi, my name is Melody Butler.
She knows because she herself was once afraid of getting the flu vaccine when she was pregnant with her third child.
The things you had initially seen online, they seem legit.
They did. And even as a nurse, I was taken for a ride by them. We need everyone to become a vaccine champion.
She's now on a mission to fight the myths, founding Nurses Who Vaccinate.
Number one myth is autism.
Yes.
What is the argument they make and what's the counter argument?
So the argument they make...
If you want to find out what the argument is on the other side of it, then you interview, as a journalist, you interview the other side. You don't ask this woman to give you both sides. That's dishonest so-called journalism.
Is that the vaccines given at 1 year age cause autism, but we have so much evidence showing that autism signs and symptoms can actually be present from birth.
And there's no link to vaccinations?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Stay tuned. You're going to see a totally different story in a second.
Some parents worry even if vaccines don't cause autism, they have
now watch this very, very closely. See these vials right here?
Too many
See that name right there? What's that name? That's Merck. Stay tuned. That's going to be very important coming up.
Chemicals.
What I usually tell them is I inform them there's more aluminum present in breast milk than there is in the vaccine your child's going to get.
That's very dishonest. There's going to be aluminum in breast milk if the mother consumed aluminum. If she didn't, then there's not going to be any aluminum present in breast milk. How would it get in the breast milk unless the mother ingested it? But you can be assured that you're going to get aluminum, thimerosal, and other preservatives in your vaccine.
Nurse trying to spread the truth and save lives.
Spread the truth. NBC knows nothing about the truth.
I work with mothers who've lost their children to vaccine preventable diseases. I am doing everything I can to prevent another family from suffering a death of a child or from lifelong suffering.
All right, back in the studio now with Dr.
Okay, now watch this. See this in the background? What do we have here? Merck. Merck. You know what this is right here, guys? Let's just listen to this medical professional and this NBC corporate puppet. Let's hear what they say.
Dr. John Torres, if someone has had the vaccine but they're in a high-risk area, should they get a booster?
Well, Lester, if you got 2 MMR vaccines as a child or even as an adult, then you're fully immunized against measles and you don't need a booster. But if you're not sure whether you might have only gotten 1 shot or maybe not any, there's no harm in getting a booster to make sure.
No harm. No harm.
But check with your doctor first, just to be sure.
NBC News.
Okay, now watch this. I'm going to just back this up for a second. Merck. We saw Merck before. We saw Merck 3 times. Watch this. This is a website called Mad as Hell Boycott. And they went through the trouble to show you what NBC's advertiser list is, who actually advertised for NBC. Let's just check this out. Top, Merck. Let's just thumb through some more here. Janssen, Perk blood thinner. This is Big Pharma. Celgene, medicine, Big Pharma. Eli Lilly, Big Pharma. Eli Lilly, Big Pharma. Pfizer, Procter & Gamble, Bayer. Let's go down here to 52, Merck. HPV vaccination by Merck. This NBC news show was a commercial for Merck. It was a commercial for Big Pharma. You gotta be vaccinated. Keep your children safe. Keep your community safe. You must be vaccinated. The government tells us we gotta be vaccinated. Corporate media tells us we gotta be vaccinated. Do you really trust them after they lied to you by showing you this baby who is photoshopped? Now I want to show you part of a video that I did, just a couple minutes of a video that I did about 2 or 3 years ago on this channel. Listen to this. Science directed for profit and population control by the military, medical, petrochemical, pharmaceutical cartel in conjunction with the United States government under the guise of improving health and saving lives. One can't escape what even statist Ronald Reagan recognized were the 9 most terrifying words in the English language.
I've always felt the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
And then there's this undated news report that aired back when reporters were actually concerned with broadcasting true journalism to their viewers. In these clips, you'll hear that not only are the vaccines ineffective in treating the diseases of those who get the shots, the researchers who actually developed the flu vaccines during the 1960s wouldn't even give them to their own families. Subsequently, 2 were transferred to other work and a 3rd left the division. Check this out.
Last month, a Senate subcommittee headed by Abraham Ribicoff charged that the federal government wasn't doing a good enough job of informing the public about ineffective vaccines.
Scientists at the Division of Biologic Standards test vaccines for their potency and safety before licensing them for public use. However, the division does not determine the effectiveness of the vaccine. That is left to the manufacturers. A case in point is the influenza vaccine. 4 scientists in charge of work on the flu vaccine during the 1960s found it to be ineffective, said they refused to give it to their own families. 2 were transferred to other work, a 3rd left the division. And over the entire 10-year period, not 1 word of their unfavorable findings was allowed to be published. A more serious case involving the relationship between the leaders of the division and their scientists involves the adenovirus vaccine, a vaccine given to thousands of American soldiers to prevent certain cold-like symptoms. When it was shown that the vaccine contained a contaminant which caused cancer in laboratory animals, it was taken off the market. That was 3 years after the division's own scientists had pointed out the danger. Dr. Murray justifies the use of the vaccine by saying it took 3 years to examine the evidence against it.
It was more important to use the vaccines than to take them off the market and remove the agent.
In other words, it was more important to give people cancer than to take our product off the shelves.
But since the agent couldn't be removed, there was no other course.
In other words, the vaccines didn't work the way they were supposed to, and they contain a cancer-causing agent which would kill people, but we just couldn't take it off the market. Okay, guys, so this NBC Frontlines news story was nothing more and nothing less than a commercial for Big Pharma, specifically Merck. Please share this video with everybody you know, guys. It's unconscionable what they do. And then they turn around and they tell us that we are fake news when they use images like this, which they got from a stock photo company. Leave your thoughts about this for the world, the Google Thought Police, and every psychopath who promotes Big Pharma in the comments section below. If you guys enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, and share it with everybody you know. Also, check out over 100 hard-hitting designs in the shirt store, and if you want to support more content, hit me up on Patreon or PayPal. All those links will be in the description and in the pinned comment. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.